You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast, hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.
Welcome to another episode of Oversaturated, the podcast where we discuss music, movies, pop culture, and everything in between. I'm Johnny.
And I'm Ralph.
Welcome to episode number 275.
275. Since I got my hair in this bun like Wale, I'll be Ralph for Lauren this week.
Hey, talk about it. That was your Twitter name for a long time.
Yeah.
Throwback there. New listeners, please follow us on all social media. Facebook, just search Oversaturated the podcast. X is Oversat Podcast. Instagram is Oversat the Podcast. And our email is oversatpodcast@gmail.com. And please be sure to check out our website, oversatthepod.com. Anything you need to know about OS is there.
Yes, sir. If you want to follow us individually, I am the Minder Ralph across your social media platforms.
On X, I'm JON2_ the letter B. On Instagram, I'm JBS_ESL_AAMU. Round of applause, man. Round of applause. Another week. We are back. Ralph, my guy, how you feeling?
I feel like I had a week, you know?
Yeah.
5-6 days full of, I'm talking about work, the work week, right? Just 5-6 days of work. Like, shout out to the people that, wanted, us to go back to. I'm gonna keep talking about this shit. I don't care.
Hey, man. Hey, look, that's a lifestyle change.
Man, what? Like, I feel like I get into it with a nigga on the highway every day. It's like it never fails. Like, how do I get into it with the niggas? Like, it's like, what's going on, bro? Like, I'm doing 85 in the fast lane, bro. What's good? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how fast am I supposed to go?
Everybody mad that they got to go to the office.
Man, listen, man. Shout out to y'all though. You know what I'm saying? The niggas that don't vote but cared about everything else. I'm sorry. I'm letting the clip fly because they getting on my nerves.
That's real.
They be loud for no reason.
It's true.
With no solutions.
None.
All right.
None. They just want to complain. That's all. But it's like, hey, man, but it's like that.
I know, man. But, other than that, that's just typical life stuff, man. I got breath in my body, man. I got a little money in my pocket. Life is good. You know what I'm saying?
Word up.
What about you, bro?
I'm good, man. Look, I had a very eventful week. Had a lot going on, even outside of work. I mean, work is still work, but I had a chance to go to the United States women's national soccer team match that was held here in St. Louis. They played Jamaica. Great match, honestly. United States won.
Surprising.
I ain't know they was like that. Like, they was, respectfully. I did not know that they was like that. I'm not the biggest soccer fan. But I do know the women's team is better than the men's team, but I ain't know they was like that. Like, they was really, I think the score was like 3 or 4-0. Like, it was like that. So that was fun. Something fun to do on a random Tuesday night during the week. That was cool. But the main event was the night after. Kendrick SZA concert. We had a tornado warning that day, and it rained all day, right? And all night. So we actually got there kind of late. So I actually missed the opening of Kendrick's Kendrick set. I missed all of Mustard and missed the opening of Kendrick. So they kind of put a damper on my experience for the whole concert. If you, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can feel that. But from what I saw, what I was able to experience, it was great. It was great. I think it made a lot of sense for Kendrick and SZA to co-headline. Is like, you get the Kendrick fans, you get the SZA fans, and then everybody that intersects as both fan bases. I thought that was really dope. You can see where when SZA came out, you can see like most of the men in the audience like kind of sit down and rest, which is cool because I mean I did the same thing. I didn't listen to SZA's deluxe album of her most recent album.
Yeah.
So I mean, a lot of those songs I was like they were cool. They were great to hear in person, but I ain't really know them like that, so I couldn't really sing along. One thing I will say though, whatever strand of weed that SZA smoke, I need that. I need to try that because her backup dancers, her whole set, the visuals that accompanied her set were different. Like I'm talking, is grasshoppers, praying mantises, all kind of just people in like suits and just walking around. It was cool to see, but I ain't understand it. Yeah, I was like, whatever she smoked, I want to try that because it was cool.
Shit, that may not be weed.
Well, I'm gonna stick. Yeah.
Hey, but we don't have you hallucinating like that. You know what I'm saying? That's something else, brother.
Hey, it was different. I feel like I was in a dream, a hallucination, or something. But it was dope though. Like it was weird, but it was dope.
That sounds unlike, but no, I'm glad you had that experience. At least you are able to somewhat salvage what the evening was.
For sure.
But no, that just sounds kind of like what I guess the experience for most people would go like going to the On the Run tour with Jay-Z and Beyonce, right?
Got
you putting all these mostly Beyonce fans in one space, and then a few Jay-Z fans and maybe a few people that intersect. So it's definitely a shift in how music goes and how they they work well with each other. But no, that's great. I couldn't make it, but happy that someone was able to see it.
Yeah, man. Look, stadium. I don't know what it was like in other stadiums and other cities, but they gotta figure out the exit situation because I feel like it was only a few exits open. But if you got 60,000 or how many of 1,000 people in a place trying to leave, like you got to open more exits. So we was out after Not Like Us. And I think it was like 2 or 3 songs after that. But even then. So trying to get out was kind of crazy.
You got there late and left early.
Yeah, had to because listen, if it's that many people, gotta go, man. I ain't listen. Traffic, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's either that or we just sit here for about another 2 hours.
And that ain't gonna work.
Yeah,
that ain't gonna. It was already late. Nah, I'm cool. I was tired. That's crazy, man. Look, hey, Unk status. I ain't trying to be out past the time I don't got to be out.
Nah, I got you.
So here we are.
But nah, man, what we doing? Off the dome?
Off the dome.
I got one for you.
Let's do it.
Entertainment once again. One gotta go. Think you're really gonna like this one.
Okay.
Eddie Murphy edition. Some of his best work.
Dave, easy. No, I'm just playing.
Not right. Nah, I think I made this one pretty good.
Okay.
So we got Prince Akeem from Coming to America.
Okay.
We have Ray Gibson from Life. We have Shrek from Donkey from Shrek.
Yeah. I got you.
And then Sherman Klump from the Nutty Professor.
Oh no!
You
can't do this.
You can't
do this.
One gotta go. I know, right? I don't have an answer either, so
I ain't gonna front. This is nasty.
I did kind of make this. I made this like damn near impossible.
This is nasty. So we got Prince Akeem,
Ray from Life,
Ray from Life. We got Donkey from Shrek.
Yep.
And then Nutty Professor.
Sherman Klump.
Okay, we got to do process of elimination.
Listen, talk it out, baby.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Uh-oh.
Donkey was a straight ass, and I mean that in the greatest sense, like hilarious. I'm talking one of the best supporting characters like in the history of movies.
Right,
not animated, but movies. So ever. Donkey stays.
He's like the Robin to the Batman.
Talk about
his Batman.
No, that's a fact.
Batman.
So, all right, so Donkey stays. Okay, so we left with Ray, Sherman Klump,
and Prince Akeem.
Okay, help me out, bro. Okay.
I don't know. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know.
And the remaining 3 are leading roles.
Yep. And that's the crazy.
That's the crazy thing to think about. Who absolutely should stay between the 3?
I think the one that absolutely should stay is Prince Akeem.
Okay.
That wasn't easy.
Listen,
I know, right? When you start thinking about it, you're like, well, because he did this big one in no pun intended in No Professor.
That's funny. I like it.
No, but then Life, like his character in Life is the reason why the movie happened. You know what I'm saying?
See, okay.
And it's like I don't know, and there's no criteria for this. Like I don't like however you derive to your answer is how you get there.
True,
but I'm not putting any like guidelines or parameters on it. Nah, just figure it out.
So okay, I think I'm keeping Sherman Klump.
Yeah,
just like Sherman Klump, Buddy Love, Nutty Professor, just as a whole,
and then the family too. Like it's but I know I only said Sherman Klump, but it's just like it's.
I feel like you can't only include Sherman Klump because he did Eddie Murphy. the way he was able to portray his whole family, like
it's
it,
insane.
like it's,
and
it's
it almost felt like it really felt like they were different people.
Absolutely.
Like his brother was not Sherman. His daddy was like, okay, the brother, you can see some similarities. The grandma,
nah,
and that was her mama. Like it's
Sherman Klump stays. So now we left with Prince Akeem and goddamn Ray.
I'm sorry.
Off instinct, I'm keeping Prince Akeem. But
listen, as something that I probably quote a little bit more on the day-to-day, Ray stays.
See, and because of that same criteria, I would keep Prince Akeem. So it's like, so it's either between them two. Like we can't just outright and say, but it's either between them two.
And so crazy. I had another one in here that just speaks to the testament of how great Eddie Murphy's career is.
Absolutely.
I had Axel Foley in here, but I didn't want to hear you slander Axel out of the three.
That would have been instant.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's why I changed it.
Even with the new edition.
I know, that's why I put Ray Gibson in there last minute.
Nasty. Nah, that's crazy.
So Loki, I'm Loki saying Prince Akeem, but that wasn't the easy decision.
I know, and I'm going Ray, but
that wasn't easy.
Interchangeable.
Right.
Crazy. Well, so for my off the dome,
Yes,
I also have a one gotta go.
Okay, let's go.
This is 2005 movie edition.
Okay.
20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving you 4.
If it's Austin Powers Goldman, we'll get it out of here.
It's not there,
okay, good.
But,
I was about to say if it's there, let's get it out of here.
But one has to go.
All right.
So I'm going Batman Begins.
Okay.
Hustle and Flow. Coach Carter.
The
original Fantastic Four.
You know what? The original Fantastic Four was a good time.
It was.
It really was.
It was. Yeah.
It was a good time.
It was.
But Hustle and Flow immediately stays. Too much. It's too much in there for me. All right, cool. You said
Batman Begins.
Okay.
Coach Carter and then Fantastic Four. Yeah.
I hate to do this. Coach Carter got to go.
What?
And I like Coach Carter. I like it.
I got a gunshot that way.
Channing Tatum in here, man. I don't know. See, that should be easy for you now. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, Samuel Jackson, like the story is inspirational. Rich Wood, Rich Men. Like, I'm deep in it. I'm deep in there.
Of course.
And then the story with Ashanti, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was the baby. He's like, I'm gonna have this baby, and then what? Like, I love that. Like, I love that he flipped it on her. He's like, I'm gonna have this baby, and then what? Like, goof. But
bro, that's hilarious.
But you put that up there was a blockbuster.
I know. I mean, look.
And then Hustle and Flow, it has an Oscar.
I'm about to say,
you got an Oscar, bro. You got an Oscar for best original song. We are never as the culture. I could never let that go. For the culture, I could never let that go.
That's why I threw it in there. That's why I threw it in there.
So unfortunately,
I'm not gonna front. Coach Carter is like. So remember, the Titans is one of my personal all-time favorite films.
I can see that. Yeah.
And Coach Carter for me is like
right there,
literally just a step below that. As to how much that I really enjoy and love that film. So I can't get rid of Coach Carter.
Yeah.
So that leaves Batman Begins and Fantastic Four.
And please don't tell
me. And y'all know how I feel about Batman Begins. It's cool. It's good. But it's not enough. But with that being said, I mean, of course, I gotta get rid of Fantastic.
I'm about to say
I gotta get rid of Fantastic Four.
I'm about to say you about to pick it over 4, like pick 4 over that.
I mean, no.
Now, I mean, listen, I enjoy 4 though.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen, it's a guilty pleasure for me.
It's a decent film, like especially for that time around
the mid 2000s. That it fit the mold of that
exactly, and it was good, enjoyable. So as much as I did enjoy it, it's definitely not better than Batman Begins. Yeah. Even though I'm not that big of a fan of Batman.
The low hanging fruit is just to say Fantastic Four, and I understand.
Yeah,
I understand.
Yeah, but it's crazy that these 4 films came out in the same year.
It doesn't feel like it.
It definitely does not. Definitely does not. So and going back and researching the movies that came out there, I was like, like not realizing Hustle and Flow came out the same year as Batman Begins. Like
that don't even sound right.
It don't sound right. But hey, here we are.
Yeah,
20 years ago, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. But that was off the dome. We had one gotta goes. I had Eddie Murphy edition, Prince Akeem, Ray Gibson, Shrek. I mean Donkey.
Yeah,
and Sherman Klump. Which one gotta go?
Yep, and I had one gotta go as well. 2005 movie edition. Batman Begins, Hustle and Flow, Coach Carter, and Fantastic Four. Let us know, man. Here we go.
OS gang. What's happening, family and kin folk? How y'all doing out there? We got a few topics here for the OS News docket this week. I'm gonna start here first. We'll get this eulogy over the way.
Let's do it.
Dwayne Michael Carter, Lil Wayne, dropped an album on Friday entitled "The Carter Six." It is the sixth entry into the legendary Carter series. Johnny, were you able to listen?
I was not.
Okay.
I was not able to tap into the Carter 6, not yet at least.
Okay.
It is downloaded on my phone, on my cellular device.
Okay.
But with that being said, I did hear some snippets.
Mm-hmm.
As someone who is such an elder statesman in hip hop, somebody that has been around, I'm talking about the longevity in Lil Wayne's career is insane. We've been seeing him rap since he was teenager.
Yep, definitely.
Transition from a group artist to an individual artist up into his prime, where he was hailed as the best rapper alive. Got the cosign from Jay-Z from making that statement. As somebody that has all these accolades, has all this money, didn't he sell part of his catalog or something a few years ago?
He sold part of him, Nicki, and Drake.
So 100 million, somewhere around there. I don't understand why somebody of Lil Wayne's stature at this point in his career is not able to pay for better production. And that's really all I got for this. This is just from snippets that I heard. Yeah. This is just from snippets. Not saying that he has lost his ability to rap, because from what I heard, he rapping. But it doesn't matter if it's not presented well. And that's all. That's really what I got.
Yeah.
That's really what I got.
Let's get this started.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Well, we have been talking about the Carter 6 just leading up to what this is, right?
Mm-hmm.
We talked about the announcement. We talked about the new roster of Young Money. We talked about Lil Wayne has been a hot topic for the past 6 months?
For sure.
For real.
For sure.
The Super Bowl, all that. We've been talking about Wayne. So, Johnny, I'm telling you this respectfully, brother.
Yes, sir.
I did that, so hopefully you won't have to go through that. you don't have to. You ain't got to hit play, brother.
I can download it right now. I can delete it right now.
You can, get that joint off your phone. You need more space.
Yikes. That's great,
brother. Jesus. I was like,
them 3 megabytes I can use for something else.
Man, please use it for something else, bro. Crazy. This album it stinks. Like let me not sugarcoat it. It stinks. It stinks. Like, I want to come in and be gracious. Like, I'm a Lil Wayne fan, have been a Wayne fan since The Block Is Hot. Now we're here, right? Most people don't even appreciate Wayne back then. I just didn't see superstardom in his future, the way he was marketed. And then he was a kid rapper. So let's be honest about that thing too.
Mm-hmm.
He transitioned to something great.
Yeah.
That usually does not happen.
Absolutely.
But I beg the God of you, stop making albums. I ain't saying stop rapping. Stop making albums, because this ain't that. Now, Johnny, I listened to the whole album straight through. I promise you, I didn't skip a track. It was hard though. It was a task. Now, track 1 through 6, I thought we might have been on the song.
Okay,
might have been it was decent. I ain't saying it was like great.
Yeah,
I just thought
tolerable.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Because the first song, not even a song. It's really like it says King Carter. It's just really like a instrumental. King Carter. That's pretty much what that first track is.
And from what that sounds like, it sounds like he about to cook.
My point is that.
Oh, that's
and
crazy.
Then the second song we get into it. I'm like, okay. He got a song with and then this is the thing, it's a duet with Big S the Plug. That's great.
Okay.
Like, that song is good.
Okay.
He has a song with Big Sean and
is it Jelly Roll?
Yeah, Big Sean Jelly Roll called Snakes. I do remember that.
Okay.
Good. And then he flipped. He did the Band from TV beat again.
Okay.
So Band from NO. Like he did on No Ceilings. He did that before.
Got it.
So,
yeah.
So
okay.
I was like, okay, like even though you rapping, I heard this beat before and I heard it back in 2009. I heard you rap on it then. So why are we bringing this back now? And then after then, Johnny, I promise you, the album goes off a cliff.
Yikes.
Like the song with Bono, I was like, why are we doing the song with Bono?
No, that's crazy.
Like there are other rock stars we can got. You know what I'm saying? We went and got Bono. That's crazy. Like you should be on their CD. They shouldn't be on yours. You know what I'm saying? And then the next song has 2 Chainz on it, which is one of his best collaborators. That beat was so trash.
That's crazy.
I was like, okay, if anything, 2 Chainz can say this, but the beat was so nasty. It was like, oh my god, it felt, you know how the ringtone era rap beat sound. You know what I'm saying?
Went back in time.
It's like the doon. It was like something like that. I was like, who made this?
He probably Soulja Boy.
Oh my Johnny. And then after then, it just kept getting worse and worse. And I promise you, I'm like, oh, when is this over? Like, I'm trying. I was like, maybe, you know, he gotta slide the pop song in there real quick.
Yeah,
you know, I get it. I get that. But no, I don't. Like, no, what's going on here? I was so mad. Like I have yet to go back even to the songs I like. I just deleted the shit. I was
just go.
All of them can go.
Like, you know, it was crazy. I heard or I read, I seen somewhere. Are you familiar with? Hopefully I pronounce his name right. It's like Lin Manuel Miranda. He wrote and produced Hamilton, the play Hamilton.
Okay.
Now, in his space, he do his thing. Like, I don't know if you ever seen Hamilton.
No, I haven't.
Super fire. It's a play about Alexander Hamilton. You know, back then you're a history buff, so I know you would love it. Mm-hmm. But the whole play
is like hip-hop.
is rap. Like,
okay,
rap.
Yeah.
You would love it. He cooked. He did his thing. He won Tony Awards. He's done all this shit.
Yeah.
No reason he should be producing on Wayne's album. He has a song that he produced on Wayne's album. Why? Maybe
it was the 2 Chainz song because that just was it wasn't that.
I don't know, but it's no reason why that should be there. And
his movies is getting into like Fast and Furious territory where they're losing the plot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they started off great, and then we just kept making sequels. And we said this. We said we broke down the Carter series on this platform when I think he announced 6.
Yeah.
And, you know, we had our reservations. We was just like, hey, 5 wasn't good. And then we going off of, you know, other albums surrounding. We still got to talk about Funeral. And then he drop out another album somewhere in between that or something like that.
Something, yeah.
He did College Grove too, which was decent. But that was really because of 2 Chainz.
Right.
Like, the thing is, if Lil Wayne is not controlling the conception of the album or whatever the project is, it might be saved. Because if all he has to do is rap, it's cool. What does the production sound like? What is these arrangements, these beats? Like, who? Now I feel like I'm still in from the timeline or whoever, but who's around this man? Like, who's allowing this?
And that brings me to my next point, right?
Yeah.
There has to be something behind the scenes going on between him, Nicki, and Drake. Now, we can all speculate, but I don't know the exact issue that's going on. But you would think that at least one of them would have been on the album.
Well, this is the thing.
Or maybe
right?
they heard it and was like, "Yeah, I'm cool."
And this is the thing, right? Nicki, you're actually in an advantageous position, right? Nicki still got clout. Like, Nicki can still drop an album, people will give a damn.
Yeah.
I'm very confident in that point. But for you to be as loud as you were during the whole Super Bowl thing because you didn't care about Jay-Z and all that, like, you was loud then. But where's the album promotion now? Where's those viral tweets now? Where's that capital, like, you know, you typed in all capital letters? Where's that energy now that your rap husband or your rap father, I don't know what you want to call him, but your work husband, like, he's one of your work husbands. You have not been there for him when his album dropped
at all.
And maybe because he sold some of your catalog. Like, I don't know. Like, because remember when he sold the catalog, he sold some of Young Money's too.
Right.
So
and maybe that's part of the issue. I don't know.
And that could be it. But we have not publicly seen the big 3 together in a long time. And that's crazy to sit here and think of because when they had it, they had it.
And that's the thing.
When they had it, they had it.
I think the 3 of them collectively would have been put at an advantage to collaborate with each other. Drake, for obvious reasons, get him out of the whole spotlight.
If all 3 of them got back together, that would literally explode. Like, I would be happy for that.
Yeah,
but because obviously it feel like all 3 of them need it.
Big facts.
But this album stinks.
Is that the title? It stinks. But yeah, man. Shout out to Wayne. Okay, rappers, artists, whoever. going forward, you cannot lean on the legacy of a series of your best albums.
Yeah.
Like we can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
We cannot. If this were okay, let me ask you this. If this album was called something completely different, just a brand new album title that was not anything else, would that change your perception of the album?
Yeah, because I probably want to listen to it.
Say less.
I probably want to listen. You put the Carter stamp on it. Of course, I'm supposed to go there with Carter expectations.
Right.
Everybody has that in their discography. At least the big ones like Marshall Mathers, Blueprint, Nas with the Stillmatic, Illmatic joints. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or King's Disease. Now, like, if he drop and say this is King Disease 4 and it don't live up to them 3, it's a problem.
That's real. This should have been dropped on Dat Piff or something. Like, this should not have been dropped on DSP.
It was dropped on. It was free in a way, but I still feel insulted. I feel like I still paid for this and paid the price. You know, I paid the price figuratively and literally.
Time, man. That's crazy.
I don't know. That's crazy, man. But let's try this on another rap headline we got here. It's interesting because we talked about the Clipse last week.
Yep.
Album coming next month, right?
July 11th.
July. Okay. Yeah. So Let God Sort Them Out is the album title, but they recently had a whole thing with Def Jam, and they were actually released because of maybe Rap's Boogeyman was Kendrick Lamar had a feature verse, and a lot of business went into that. Johnny can probably get into it better, but what do you think about just the whole thing about the Clipse being dropped from a major label due to a feature verse?
I'm not even sure why this will be a thing.
Yeah, but
it sounds like whatever Drake really has going on behind the scenes is much bigger than we potentially thought. Because why would an entire label not want to put an entire album out, especially from a group that's highly anticipated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because of one verse that apparently doesn't even mention or take shots at Drake.
I don't know.
Like I'm not really sure of the logic behind that. But what I will say is respect to Pusha T and the Clipse, right? For like, I think they paid to get out of the deal. Yeah. Like they got dropped, they paid to get out of the deal so they can still drop the album. And I think he paid at least $1 million to get out of there. Just for the integrity of keeping the verse to drop the album.
Yeah,
because from what I was reading, I think this album was supposed to come out last year, but because of all of this back and forth, they couldn't release it because of the Kendrick verse. So, and now here we are a year later with the Kendrick verse still intact, and album about to come out in about a month. Yeah, and I'm here for it.
You know what's interesting, right? Like that majors still matter. Like the label still matters. This is crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is insane, and it shows how much UMG has a stranglehold on the music industry. If we're worried about, I guess with the lawsuit and everything, maybe that's where a lot of that came from, where they couldn't release the verse because why would Def Jam care? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Def Jam is in the need of a good album, attached to that brand. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you got a legacy group at this point called the Clipse, which, like you said, is going to be highly anticipated, that's going to drive numbers and streaming over to that space. And then you have Pharrell over there. It's a lot of money being pumped over there. That's why I had my Ace Trumpets take last week, because now it's starting to make more sense. And, over a Kendrick verse that may or may not address, you know what I'm saying? Like, him and Kendrick had beef for a long time. And Kendrick has collaborated with Pusha T before. So this isn't nothing new. It ain't like, oh, we're ganging up to talk about Drake now. Like, no, they've collaborated before. So this is not a thing, you know what I'm saying, just because of the Drake situation. But it's like, I'm not trying to see it for the label. I'm never going to see it for them. Like, I'm ever
right.
Let the music come out. I don't give a damn what happens. Like,
and if anything, wouldn't this benefit Def Jam? Even whether Kendrick's verse mentions Drake or not, wouldn't it benefit them?
But it's not I think UMG is the one stepping in on that, because UMG owns Def Jam, like Universal Music Group.
I see.
Like subsidiary Def Jam.
Okay,
does it make sense? No.
Even with that, right? They let the damn Not Like Us and Meet the Grand and all this shit drop.
But I think I forgot what label. I mean, I think Kendrick might be directly TDE UMG. I don't know, but it's just weird how we starting to play these shell games with the politics, like what we pick and choose what should come out, and that's nasty. But the music industry has always been like this, right? It's just that we're hypersensitive now because of Drake suing UMG and then the after ripple effects of it.
I feel like all the decades in specifically hip hop, right?
Mm-hmm.
The decades of bad deals, bad contracts, artists somewhat figuring it out and getting themselves into better contracts, and it's all coming to a head with Drake now, with him doing whatever he's doing behind the scenes, puppeteering, getting in bed with UMG. I feel like the music industry, at least according to hip hop, probably is going to collapse soon, and like all of the money, like everything is going to go directly back to the rappers if the labels aren't able to sustain this, because like you said, they're playing a lot of shell corporation games now, and I don't think that's really sustainable. I really don't think that's sustainable. So I just it's nasty, because even with that, I think the quality of hip hop music has kind of gone down recently. Like we haven't really had a super fire or a great hip hop album to come out this year that I can think of. And
you would think as Def Jam, right? You can't play the young man game anymore. Not when it comes to hip hop.
Yeah.
You are Legacy, you are Unc's label. You know what I'm saying? You're Unc label. So if you got the Clipse on your label, I think I would do right by them.
Yes.
Like let's try this comeback album. Let's see what this sounds like for them. Give them the resources they need for their album to be successful.
Absolutely.
Now, if you're taking a chance on somebody new off the streets, okay, you might have a limited budget, brother or sister, but the Clipse, they shouldn't have any red tape
at all, especially with the momentum of Pusha T's continued music career. No Malice coming back after a rapping hiatus for however long,
and then Pharrell's clout. Like it's all that should work.
We should be good. They should be good.
It should be, but yeah, we're here though.
But now they have a distribution deal with Rock Nation.
Yeah,
we'll see.
We'll see how it goes. Like like we said, we're excited for the album, regardless of whatever take you may have heard from me. But we're definitely excited for this album, and then this just kind of adds fuel to the fire. Like a little bit of controversy helps. Man, I'm going to listen now.
No, for sure.
Like sure. But anyway, let's try this out too, man. We got some lists here, man. Complex just be wilding sometimes, and they always like to throw out a list that we have to talk about. So we'll start here first because I think this is easy. They did a top 15 hip hop logos of all time. Top 15. I was like, okay. So we're going to run through them. And of course they got it wrong, but let's discuss. Of course they got it wrong. They never get it right.
Right.
We have rarely looked at a complex list and like, you know what?
I agree with that.
I agree.
Not once.
Not once.
All right, so let's run through this, right? So first, starting from 15. So number 15, we have TDE. Number 14, we have No Limit. Number 13, we have Mobb Deep. Number 12, we have Rockefeller. Number 11, we have Odd Future. Number 10, we have Jeezy. Number 9, we have OVO. Number 8, we have Diplomats. Number 7, A Tribe Called Quest. Number 6, Hieroglyphics. Number 5, EPMD. Number 4 is Def Jam. Number 3 is Run DMC. Number 2 is Public Enemy. And number 1 is Wu-Tang Clan. So, Ralph, initial reactions to the top 15 list of logos, hip hop logos.
They got one right.
Which one is that?
Number 1.
Okay. All right, cool. So we agree there.
Yeah, I listen, nothing in this world is more iconic in hip hop than that damn W.
Facts.
Nothing.
Nothing. Probably one of the most recognizable music logos. Like,
it's period. It's like a Prince note or a Michael Jackson shoe. Like it's up. It's there, man, and there's no debate. Like, yeah. Don't even try. Don't even try, brother. Like, I'm with you. So with that being said, but
are there any that you think don't belong on the list at all?
TD, the OVO owl, debatably Odd Future. Maybe that can be toward the bottom. You can speak to that more than me. Not to say they're not a strong movement. I'm just talking about the logo.
The logo, of course, of course.
Jeezy being under the owl is crazy. Like, if we talking about snowman, like we had listen, they banned the snowman.
I'm about to say people got put out of school for that. Like it was a lot going on. It was a lot going on.
Yeah, like and then like it's like they picked and choose, right? They went like they literally said this is the best logo. So they just said labels, people. Like it's just like we just all over the place with it. Like Dipset not being top 5 is crazy.
Okay, I got you.
Dipset not being top 5 is and then for you to have No Limit and not Cash Money, they're kind of synonymous. Kind of nasty.
I was gonna say that.
Kind of nasty.
If I'm being 100% honest,
yeah,
I don't think Mobb Deep belongs on this album.
I'm glad you said it.
I really don't. Like we're talking about logos specifically. We're not talking about groups or artists or anything like that. We're talking about logos. Nobody will be able to tell you the Mobb Deep logo.
I'm gonna be honest. Eminem should be on here more than Mobb Deep. If we're talking about what
backwards E, yeah. I feel that. I'm with you.
Listen, like I'm cool with Rockefeller just being in the mix. I ain't say they had to be top 5. They just there. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think they should be higher than 12.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily mad at Odd Future not being on the list. If we had like a top 50, maybe they'll be a little lower than that. Diplomats for sure.
The Tribe Called Quest is a tricky one because I didn't know they had a logo.
If I'm being honest, I didn't either. I thought this was just like an album, like cover or something. Yeah. So, Hieroglyphics, respectfully.
I didn't know.
Respectfully.
EPMD, I'm not mad at this. I'm not mad at that.
True.
I'm not mad at that. Def Jam, yeah.
Def Jam, we rock with it. Run DMC, honestly, should be number 2. I'm going.
It's another one that's egregious. Rough Riders, it's not here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Double R is not there.
Yep.
Arguably Murder Inc. could be there too, but I don't know what
I would say Murder Inc. is probably like in the top 20.
Like somewhere in there.
Yeah. But Hieroglyphics, you can go get that out of here and put Rough Riders or something.
Yeah,
like
listen, bro, it's so many that they miss, bro. Like I was like, all right, Public Enemy does have a cold logo.
They do,
but I didn't think it was too. But I think it's a cold logo. Because this is the thing, right? People are gonna factor in so many other things, and I guess that's what comes to play when you're talking about like logos. Like, man, we factor in Chuck D and what they did, and it's like it's. Two things can be true, right? Because it's like you've been like, okay, I'll use your example. Okay. Like you're a huge Odd Future fan.
Yeah. You
can even admit that, okay, the music and what they did is amazing. But if we're talking about this logo, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
It's
absolutely.
Why is it okay for you to be objective, not the rest of them niggas? Like I'm just weird, bro. Like it's weird. Like,
I don't know.
Because shit, if you ask me, Snowman should be top 5 just off the strength. Because it's like nobody used the Snowman. Nobody.
The cultural significance of the Snowman is crazy.
It's crazy.
Because like people like us, we grew up when it became a thing at the height of it, especially at the height of it, because it got banned so many places. Like I think it was a point you couldn't even go to the mall and wear that shit in the mall.
Can't ban the Snowman. It was a real thing.
Crazy.
They never did that to nobody else's logo.
Never.
But
respectfully, OVO.
I've been said this. You get that
up out of here. Rockefeller should absolutely be higher. Mobb Deep, respectfully, you can get that out of here.
No Cash Money with, and then TDE. Oh yeah, I've been said that. Yeah, get them out of here.
And I mean, the TDE logo itself is it's cool.
Hold on. You know what we haven't mentioned?
What's that?
It's 2 of them that should be here, and they're very egregious that they're not. Death Row.
Oh, absolutely.
Death Row is not on this list. And say it with me, Bad Boy. They're not.
That's not even where I was going. I was going Shady, but definitely Bad Boy.
Oh no, definitely Bad Boy. I think still Eminem reigns supreme over Shady.
Okay.
If you're talking about like a logo.
I'm not mad at it. But no, oh man, what? See, get Hieroglyphics out of here. Like, what we doing? What we really doing?
Listen, I'm giving flowers to your people. What about Busta Rhymes? He always had the old English letters and stuff. No.
Yeah, but I mean,
it ain't gotta be top 15 though. Okay, that's fair.
Top, I'll say top 30, top 25 for Busta.
Yeah, he's in that era where you had to have a logo. Like your name had to mean it had to look like something.
Facts. I'm wondering. I'm thinking how many of these logos are on actual chains.
What about the G Unit?
Oh, come on.
That's why I said Dip. That's why I said Dip said top 5 immediately.
Nah, they okay.
They wild.
This got to be redone.
Yeah,
We might have to redo this because
this is disgusting.
This is nasty.
All right, now do we have time for this? Because I know we got the blurred conversation. Because them top 100.
We can let's just focus on like the top 20 or something.
Got you. Well, hey, another complex list, but it got remixed by the game. So Complex took it upon themselves to make a top 100 LA rapper list, and they had the criteria and everything. But the game, one of the, I would dare say, West Coast legends, right? Came out with his own list to kind of counteract that. So we're gonna talk about at least the first, top 20, top 25. So Johnny, what you got?
Okay, let's do 25. We'll do 25. All right, so we're going from 25. Number 25, we got J-Rock. 24 is Will I Am. 23 is Mac 10. 22 is Sugar Free. 21 is Warren G. 20 is Schoolboy Q. 19 is King T. 18 is MC8. 17 is MC Ren. 16 is Dom Kennedy. 15 is YG. 14 is Tyler the Creator. 13 is Be Real. 12 is Ice-T. 11 is Nipsey Hussle. 10 is Exhibit. 9 is Eazy-E. 8, Dr. Dre. 7, DJ Quick. Number 6 is Corrupt. Number 5, all right, top 5. Number 5, we got The Game. Number 4, we got Kendrick Lamar. 3, we got Ice Cube. 2, we got Snoop. And number 1 is Tupac. And this is Game's top 25. Game's top 25.
How you feel about you making the list and you putting your own self in the top 5?
Listen,
but he ain't wrong though.
So
I was about to say
one of two things, right?
He ain't wrong.
He's not necessarily wrong, but if you making a list and you could potentially be part of the list, you're supposed to put yourself somewhere high.
Yeah,
top 10 at least.
Yeah,
at least. So here we go. I mean, it's fine.
I ain't mad at him putting himself in 5 though. Because if you talking about the ones that's before him, I'm like, all right, you got a point.
Yeah. So from the top 25, right? How do you feel about his top 25?
From what I do know about West Coast rappers, I ain't gonna say I'm fully tapped in like I am, with just certain things, but that seems like pretty solid. If we talking about the 10, I think he really got it right.
Top 10.
Yeah, just going from 10 to 1. Like, if you want to change, interchange some people, I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you about it. But if you got Tupac, Snoop, Ice Cube, Kendrick as 1 through 4, okay.
Not really mad at it.
I'm not mad at that. Game being in the top 5 of LA rappers, I'm not against that. And then you have Corrupt, who, even though he's from Philly, he made his presence, like he made his rap presence known on the West Coast. Yep. Like, I think I don't know when he came from Philly, but neither here nor there. Then you got DJ Quick, one of the godfathers of gangster rap. He was pretty much like banging on wax, dude. I'm kind of conflicted. I'm not sure with Exhibit. I'm not a big Exhibit guy, but I would put, and I'm not sitting here saying like I just know Ice-T music, but I think Ice-T is more iconic if we're talking about West Coast rappers. So Ice-T deserves to be top 10, where Exhibit should come down.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not necessarily mad at that. Personally, Dr. Dre is number 8. When that's
iffy, right?
Very, very iffy. Okay. I understand the Chronic 2001. I get it. But I think what we tend to do with Dr. Dre in general is that we lump in him being a producer with him being a rapper. And I don't think that's something we should do. Like, I get it. It's synonymous. It's hand in hand. But if we talking strictly rappers, not saying he doesn't, clearly he deserves to be on the top 100 list, but putting him in the top 10, I don't really see it. I don't really see it. That's me. I'm from the Midwest. Hey, what do I know? But I wouldn't put Dr. Dre in top 10 rappers from the West Coast. Rappers. If we talk about overall artists, though, he top 3 easy. So I
have no argument.
Number 8 for rapping. I don't know. Shaky, baby. A little shaky.
But he
shaky.
Is 8 though.
Yeah, still. I'm going. If we talking strictly rap though.
But this is the thing. Eazy-E's a rapper and he ain't even write this shit.
Shit, neither did Dr. Dre.
But at least I'll put Dre over Eazy-E. It's more image at that point. That's what I'm saying. Like, Eazy didn't. It's clear that Ice Cube wrote for both of them. If you're talking about the NWA stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? The stuff, the Eazy-E stuff you quoted came from another nigga's pen.
Shit, same with Dr. Well, are we really quoting Dr. Dre?
I mean, You know the stuff.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Come on,
he wrote that.
Come on, man.
He wrote that.
He got more than Easy.
from 2 albums, I guess. I mean, so I guess I ain't that.
Yeah.
Well, no, okay, no, I'm with you, because you gotta count NWA and his individual.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So move them both down there.
Yeah, listen, I'm not. I'm just pointing it out. I'm just saying, like, hey, we go do that.
Move Dr. Dre and Eazy-E down there. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay, so quick question. I want to ask how you feel about Nipsey Hussle being one spot away from the top 10 or just being in the top 25 period.
Top 25 I'm cool with.
Okay.
Like, for sure. Now when you start talking about like top 10, top 15, it really depends, right? You got Dom Kennedy in here,
right?
All time. Like, all right, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we could have put Tiger in his spot, and he could have been where Tiger is.
No, that's that's fact, right? Facts, right? Because Tiger is at 30 on this list.
Mm-hmm.
What was I gonna say? So looking back to Nipsey Hussle is 3 spots above Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I want to get your thoughts on that.
I don't have any. Because I mean, honestly, I think people are just interchangeable. It's no disrespect to either one of them. I just think they're interchangeable. Like, I don't think it's egregious for Tyler to be above Nipsey if that was the case.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like that right now.
Got you.
But Nipsey is above Ice-T, and then Be Real is above Tyler the Creator. Okay, yes. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got legends right there. So it's like, you can't. Be Real is one of them. I don't listen to House of Pain, but shit, goddamn.
but it is what it is.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
And I acknowledge that.
Yeah. I feel you. You. So yeah, listen, I'm not all the way mad at the top 25. There would be some people I would shake up and move around.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I guess let's just look at just some of the other people on the list. Let's just call out what we see. So I see Ab Sola at 27. Tiger at 30, like we mentioned. Let's see. We got Crooked Eye.
Childish Gambino. He ain't from no damn LA.
Oh shit, I don't know.
He said 32.
Is he from?
No, he's from Atlanta.
Really?
Donald Glover's from Atlanta.
Oh well, yeah, Atlanta. So, you're right. Say less. All right.
Hold on, man. Am I tripping?
I don't know. Yeah, look to all this technology. Let's look that up. We got Vince Staples at 37. We got Lady of Rage at 39. Coolio at 41. Doja Cat is at 50.
I don't know if I'm rocking with this. He was born in Cali.
I see.
Cheat code.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call him a LA rapper
at all.
Yeah, nah. We got Tone Loc at 55. Earl Sweatshirt at 56.
Yeah, that nigga from Atlanta. Say Stone Mountain, Georgia, man.
You remember Hobson?
Yeah, he was terrible.
he got Hobson at 63.
Well, that's good, dude.
Let's see. Blue in Exile got Blue at 73. At least I think that's who we referring to. Who else we got? He got Reason at 81. Let's see. The rest of these people I don't really know for real. So I'm not necessarily mad at this list. It's interesting when a person makes a list that's a part of the list that he's making, because you tend to get more, or sometimes you get more unbiased opinions when it comes to placements and things like that. So I'm not all the way mad at Game's list.
Yeah, and then he has a good representation too. It's not all what you think what he represents in rap. Absolutely. He has a great alternative space there. He has Tyler here. He has Will I Am here. I see Will I Am here. I see. Well, Coolio was gangster, but he didn't present that. It didn't feel like it. Right. But no, Coolio was talking that shit in them songs. Don't go back and listen to him.
Facts. Yeah. So no, I mess with this list. Shout out the Game. Man.
Shout out the Game, man. That's a rare shout out here. But blur topic, blur segment. We don't have any necessarily headlines this week, but there's a lot of conversation going on the socials. Blur, was it not DreamCon?
DreamCon,
annual Blur convention down in Houston, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It came about, and then a lot of conversations about blackness just started happening. It was a lot of involvement with cosplay, D9, a lot of conversations about black and monoliths, and we're gonna let Johnny play this clip, and then we're gonna see if we can just spawn a good conversation from it.
Let's see if I can pull this up real quick. Oh, oops. Damn. Hold on. Technical difficulties.
Community by liking other things.
Hold on. This is why I wish I could use my phone versus the iPad.
This as an excuse for anti-blackness. Some black nerds try to get back at the black community by liking other things. The Divine Nine have existed for over 100 years, and people make fun of their customs. But if they were called the Seven Samurai, you'd be on a plane to Japan trying to dress like them. Your Spotify has no black artists because you're too intelligent for rap or R&B. But when a K-pop group copies it, you're memorizing the choreography. When I was selling my anti-bullying book, Weirdo, at the convention, I ran into one of the bullies that the book mentions. Watching anime was the reason he made fun of me. And here he was trying to be a part of the community. But I wasn't salty. I was happy that he felt free. You should consider it a good thing that black people can be black nerds in whatever way they want to be. And if you can't do that because of past pain or tragedy, I highly recommend getting some therapy.
So yeah, that's a TikTok from, his name is Tony Weaver Jr. on TikTok. But I feel like that's a very layered video. Not really sure where to begin there. So
let's add a little context to it, because he did mention the Divine Nine.
Yeah,
there are people that are a part of fraternities and sororities within the Divine Nine that happen to enjoy DreamCon, blur conventions, anime, comic books, cosplay, all those things. I don't know where they went out the window just because they pledged allegiance to a fraternity or sorority. That's only part of their identity.
For sure. And I think so with that point, I think it's the fact that certain people within, we'll just for lack of a better term, we'll just say in the anime community, right?
Mm-hmm.
People within the anime community, when they're school age, let's just say middle school and high school, they get picked on by a certain, let's just say, caliber of individual, right?
Yeah.
It seems as if they're saying those caliber of people go on to become members of the Divine Nine. Now, like you already mentioned, yes, hella Divine Nine members across the world. Clearly, they aren't all a monolith type of person. Exactly. You got people that do some of everything that are in Divine Nine, including like anime, like comic books, like all that shit.
Yeah.
But what it seems like with DreamCon specifically, because I think this may be like the 5th or 6th year for it. This is the first year that it was in Houston. It was the biggest that it has been in the 6 years, right?
Make sense. Okay.
So it's every year it grows. Like this year they had Megan Thee Stallion, the biggest artist they've had like ever, right?
Okay, that makes sense.
So as it continues to grow, you're going to get more and more and more individuals to come and participate.
That is true. And then, like you said, like, because I know when you tell me about your adventures at C2E2, right?
Yeah.
How it grows, how this happened, how this happened. And that's cool, right? And the more something that you feel like was niche becomes commercialized, you have a way of like wanting to gatekeep.
Yes.
And that's where a lot of that comes from. We can talk about D9 all day, but it's just really the deep-rooted feeling that this is something that I enjoy, and now it's commercialized. Now it's open to all these people that don't really care about it, or they ain't really been in the gym shooting with me. When I like anime wasn't cool then. Now, okay, well now it's cool now. Shit, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, but I think, I mean, I get it, because we do that to our favorite artists all the time. Like, you've been with this rapper since the first mixtape, and then when he get his first stadium, he get his first arena tour, you can't fathom that 18,000 niggas want to listen to him or her rap a song.
It's real shit.
I'm just saying, we do it all the time.
It's real shit.
It's like, damn, we can't accept somebody that we've been in the trenches with getting their stardom. Like, so when anime and the things that make you whole as a person, that bring you fulfillment and enjoyment, start to teeter over to someone else, you're like, hold on now, This for me.
Yeah.
Like they made a show, a book, a movie, an album, a song,
all kind of shit.
just for you, just for one person.
Yeah.
But I think that's where a lot of that comes from, and I think we start, and then like you said, it kind of leans into like, oh, this type of person bullied me or made me feel a way about the things that brought me fulfillment and enjoyment because they considered it less than.
Yeah.
So I get it, but yeah.
I know I'm somewhat on both sides. It's like you definitely want the thing that you like to grow so you get more eyes on it, you get more opportunity on it.
Yeah.
It just so happened that, hey, it's in Houston. Clearly, Houston is one of them cities.
Yeah, they did. I didn't know that they moved it to Houston. I'm like, oh, that was intentional. That was intentional.
I can't remember. Like, so I went to DreamCon 2 years ago.
Okay.
And it was in a smaller city in Texas. And the name of the city is escaping me. And I'm so mad about it. But last year, I think it had outgrew that city because it was in the same city that I went to 2 years ago last year. But I think it outgrew that city last year, which is why they kind of had to move it to Houston.
Okay.
Because they needed to accommodate the number of people. Because every year, you know, people making reels and talking about it. Like, so clearly it's going to draw way more attention, right?
Yeah.
And especially with this year being the biggest year yet, having Megan Thee Stallion. So now you've opened yourself to getting these big. Hell, Leon Thomas was there. They had a lot of different artists, content, like the big content creators. It's a lot of different people in the entertainment industry that attend these things. Are you familiar with RDC World? You familiar? Yeah. So they are the ones that created DreamCon.
Okay.
So even with that, you get the Casanets, you get the streamers. Like, it's so many different variations and groups of Black individuals that attend DreamCon. It can't do nothing but grow. Yeah. Can't do nothing but grow. And then
kind of tying it back to the D9 aspect of it, right? You can't outrun certain people just because they're in certain organizations, right? Like, and it was a video that went viral. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but the Qs. Nah.
That was
yeah. Over to the side.
Which is what I think all of this kind of stems from.
Yeah, kind of all that stem from, like this whole conversation of Blackness and everything. And listen, just because the members of Omega 75 have been in the media for less than great reasons. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, listen, I'm never go, push the Caleb Wilson stuff to the side. That was nasty, and I still feel a way about that. But there are a lot of great bros that I meet that are under the arc of this fraternity when it comes to, oh, these niggas is nerds. Like, we're nerds. Like, we are geeks together. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like I know a guy, like this dude literally reads the Game of Thrones books. Like, he is deep in it. Like, I just watched the show. Like, and when
the characters they did,
he mad with the show. Like, he mad with the show.
This is not source material.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit, that's funny.
He's like, they switch this up for the show. I don't like it. Like, oh, that's crazy. But see, those are the type of people that you meet. Like, and when you have people like that underneath the arc of something that can be, somewhat presented a different way, you kind of find your tribe within the tribe. So if I go to DreamCon and I meet a bruh, like, you know what I'm saying? I just meet somebody that already has a common thread with me.
Yeah.
And then we find two common threads.
So
what's wrong with that?
So first of all, I think that's a perfect analogy. And I feel like just like any Black person that goes into a predominantly white room and we see the other Black person, we instantly connect. It's literally the same thing that you just described. Exactly. So I get it, and of course, Qs get together. If stuff happens, if an atomic dog play, just move, because this is gonna be a lot of jumping.
But they was all to the side. It wasn't breaking up nobody. It wasn't breaking up nobody's like question and answer period. It was. They were chilling, like, and the dude recording was like, "You see, every time I go somewhere, they got to do this shit. Like, they doing all this hopping and barking and shit. Like, but standing there to record was a choice. Standing there to watch was a choice too.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Because this is the thing. Like, I promise you, they did not break up anything. They were over,
they
like,
to the side doing their own thing.
Doing their thing. And this is the other thing. I've heard stories that there were other D9 members there, and they were strolling there, and people were having a great time. It's a big Black ass time, and when Black people get together, them Black stuff go come out. And unfortunately, you may not be connected to it, but D9 is so Black.
Yeah.
You're going to have one person, 2 people, 3 people, 4, 20. I don't know. But even Dominique Thorne, who is the actress in Ironheart, was at DreamCon.
She was at DreamCon.
And she is a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. So
yeah.
I think she did like a shout out to the Soros. I imagine that she did. So that will only get the ball rolling even further.
Yeah.
So you can't outrun it. I'm sorry.
You can't, clearly. I think, again, I understand from that side of the anime community is like this thing was built for people like me specifically that you know that's into the anime comic books and all that stuff, but you can't gatekeep.
Yeah,
as much as it sucks.
It was a brother just like Nataro. Like, what are we talking about? Like, he's clearly in the streets with you. Like, what?
Man.
Like, it's like.
And I think the only thing with that is we wouldn't have known he was a bruh had there not been other bruhs, like type thing. But I mean, again, you can't
stop it.
Can't run from it.
You can't run from it.
Can't run from it. Can't stop it. And it shouldn't bother you to the point that you can't enjoy your own experience.
Exactly. Now, yeah, can something like frustrate or annoy you in the moment? Oh, absolutely.
Of course.
Things like that happen all the time.
Shit, I imagine within the fraternity, y'all annoy each other sometimes. Yeah, it's a thing.
But sometimes I can be like, oh, here they go. Like, you know what I'm saying? It happens.
Exactly.
But for you to kind of step on their experience because you didn't like that part, which like I said, it was so isolated. Being over there was a choice. being over there was a choice.
I mean, he's right. You're right. You're right.
So, like, I can see if, like, oh, it's a panel going on and they in the back. Like, hold on, Nick. Like, hold on, man. Now, even I would be like, hold on, man.
Why you doing this?
Like, why now, bro? Like,
hey, man, look. I have an alternative. Don't go to DreamCon. Go to BlurCon. Same shit, but just.
I was about to say, it really don't matter, though, at this point, because I think all of them are starting to get like commercialized, right? Well, you tell me because I know you're in the streets more.
This is the thing. I think I'm not exactly sure where the switch flipped, but it seems like the conventions that are geared toward Black people are becoming more and more marketed. People are beginning to put more eyes on them, which is why they're being attended more. Which, look, I'm happy for it because again, it brings more opportunity for people to truly experience this thing that we really love, right?
Yeah.
And knowing that these things have been going on 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and is even better for the people that organize these things because this is the reason why they did it.
But think about it like this too, right? We're old. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about the generations of kids that, like you said, they've been going on for 6, 7 years now, 8 years. Okay, somebody that was in middle school that loved a certain anime, and they grow up and they go to school and they just happen to be a part of other organizations. And then when it's time for them to shine and they got their money and they grown, they want to go to BlurCon, DreamCon, Comic-Con and dress up too.
And if you would have told me when I was in high school that I'd be attending conventions like this, I never in my life would have believed it. Never would have believed
it. This is the thing, and this is where I think I had this conversation with a partner off, just in general, how I'm not envious of the younger generation, but they do have a lot more freedom.
So much.
And they grew up seeing Black alternatives. You know what I'm saying? Seeing what that can look like. You know what I'm saying? Like, we only had two extreme examples. Like, either you was this or you were that.
That was it.
And it was nowhere in between.
Yeah.
Now, there's so many depictions of Black alternative people, like people that are into anime or people that like comic books or people that are just regular people. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have multi-layered like dimensions to your Blackness now. And it's okay for like our kids to express themselves in different ways, rather it be through fashion, music, just identity politics, their sexuality, whatever. They have way more freedoms because it was very, very, no pun intended, black and white when we were coming up.
Absolutely. So, as we get older, more and more opportunities will present themselves. Hell, think about with DreamCon specifically, in Houston, like parents can take their kids to that, right? And it's so much they have access to.
And think about it like this: you have this black this black convention in this black ass city. I'm trying to figure out what the problem is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think certain members of the anime community feel I guess I'm going to say, I guess they feel threatened that it won't be the same as it was when it was just them. And it may not be, but it shouldn't diminish the experience that you have while you're there.
Everything Charles, back like my man said in the video, everything ties back to some type of childhood trauma that you won't let go of.
Yep.
This is the space that I dominate. This is the space where I'm comfortable, where these people that made me feel a way about the things that I enjoyed are not here. But I'm here. I enjoy these things, and they're in my space, and they're trying to take that from me.
But and I see the issue with that from that person's perspective is that they enjoy it too. It just so happens that they're a part of an organization where they get together and they have a certain camaraderie outside of what you're here for.
And I'm actually stripping away the D9 argument at this point. It's just like, it's pretty much nerds against jocks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you feel? Like, you know, you bad because the cool kids, quote unquote, cool kids are showing up and taking away the things that made me cool. Like, this is a circle that makes me cool now.
And you know what? And I hate to even go this far, but if you're not that dude in the anime community, you just not gonna be that dude. Like, look, because the presence of a certain organization or group of people
should not threaten you.
If you that in your own community.
And then I was about to say, hold on. Don't anime kind of have like those life lessons in there where they kind of teach you about self-worth and self-esteem?
Coming from a non-anime person.
I was about to say, like, listen, I was about to say, bro, listen, if you can't cook right, bro, get some therapy, bro. Get some therapy, king. But like he said, like, we are not a monolith. We are not this. We are not that. Things like this should not, like, you shouldn't feel like this is an attack on blackness. And, you know, he was saying, like, people come off as pretentious. Like, you feel like just because you listen to this, you're better than the person that just only likes R&B and rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you think you're better. And that's where a lot of that be coming from. Me jumping out a little bit.
For real, though.
And that don't make you different. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're different, but that don't make you, like, special. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, listen. We're at a point, even if you, let's just say you're 25 and above, right? You're at a point now where none of that, anything outside of what you really care for should really bother you. So if there's a group of D9 individuals doing a thing off to the side, you're still at the convention. Go to a merchant booth, go to a panel, go do something that clearly you are there for. You don't have to stand there and record. Because again, Ralph said that was a choice.
That was a choice. Standing there and recording.
And all you really did, you just put out the bat signal for the rest of the people that's in it.
They was like, oh shit, like, hold on. So now when more bros come next year, because they gonna, listen, now it's gonna look like homecoming. You're gonna be mad. Bros, they was like, oh, I heard the bros is welcome here. Like, I'm here now.
That's facts. It's gonna be marching bands and shit in there next year. That's crazy. You're not lying. You're not lying. That might be the theme next year, homecoming. Like,
I'm telling you,
all because you was
DreamCon homecoming.
All because you was
they gonna make a fake Greek letter organization for everybody to wear, so everybody can feel included. Watch this. It's gonna be Alpha Kappa Omega. It's gonna be everybody. Yellow's gonna be orange and green.
First of all, that's crazy. That is crazy. That's insane. And it's hilarious.
It's like the DreamCon frat. We here, baby.
Maybe okay. See,
you know what's gonna happen, bro. You know it.
That's funny. Now there are several other conversations to have when it comes to this that may not be such in a positive light, but we can save those for another day.
I think we go to it.
But I do want to shout out to DreamCon. Shout out to everybody that went. I hope, well, clearly from the reels I've seen, people clearly enjoyed themselves. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm gonna get you to a con one year. I am. You know, we could do a small, like, I want to get you to a con just so you can experience it.
Man, take me whatever, bro. Just, you know me. I just need it. Just, you gotta give me the dates. Like,
no, come on, now.
Listen, I'm with all that. Because, you know, we talking about going to Comic-Con one year. I was like, ooh, them prices though.
No, listen, the New York and San Diego.
Yeah, you can have them.
I'm cool.
You can have them, brother.
Listen, that's out of my league. I know that. I'm cool.
Listen, if I go to the one in San Diego, I'm paying for the room. I'm paying for the I want to be in the room and they're like, oh, Ironheart 4. I'm like, yeah, like coming out in 2 summers.
Hall H.
Yeah,
gotta be there. And Marvel is skipping San Diego Comic-Con this year. So yeah, that's a whole nother. That's neither here nor there. But
clearly,
yeah, man.
We have reached the end of our docket. Johnny, what you got for him?
Listen, if you're on YouTube, we appreciate you for rocking with us this long. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell.
Yes, sir.
Hit the, I think I say hit the comment section, but I'm gonna say it again because we was cooking today.
Yeah.
Hit the comment section. We want to talk to y'all. And we'll catch y'all next week. Now, if you're on audio, you know what time it is.
Oh, it's Song of the Week.
You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.